Hello, it is Friday, December 1st, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Friday crossword, it's a new month, and we'll have no theme today. So just solving, but maybe with some misdirection and a bit of punnery. It's usually how it goes. And in any case, this possibly punny edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Aaron Spiller, Lake House Bros, William Arundel, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the five of them. They are, of course, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, and they sustain this channel and bring us this series every day. I'm very grateful to them for that. So thanks to everyone who's contributed to the Patreon in any capacity. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to support the channel in that way, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field. You'll find the bonus videos there, and those include the championship puzzle of the Boswords Fall Themeless League competition. I put that one up, that solve up yesterday. It was a tricky one. It wasn't my finest this season, but that's okay. I enjoyed it nonetheless. Hopefully you do as well. And let's see. There's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server. You can join that. Just a nice friendly chat community with a link in the description field. And finally, please do consider subscribing to the channel on YouTube, liking videos, commenting. All those things are helpful. So thanks to everyone who's contributed in any of those ways. And now let's get on to the crossword. I don't have very much time today, so I'm hoping this isn't too tricky when it comes to Friday puzzles, but we'll just have to find out, won't we? In any case, our constructor today is Jem Birch, who's constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving and see how we get on with this one. Okay, hardly a quick read. A slog, I think, is how you'd refer to a book maybe that's hardly a quick read, but let's check the crosses and see if I can confirm that. One hoping to catch a break. Hoping to catch a break. Could be a surfer in the sense of breaking waves, but I'm not actually sure if that's the only possibility. Program started under Kennedy. I'm not sure. To lose momentum is to... I don't know. Paul Hussam with Sam Cooke and Neil Sedaka on the 1963 album Three Great Guys. If I had to guess here, I don't know this album. If I had to guess, it would be Paul Anka. Okay, I feel as though I'm actually not proving slog correct, so maybe I should delete that. If I put this in, will that help me with anything? Well-versed in. You're well-versed in something. You're up on it, maybe. Yeah, I'm up on this topic. Something's hardly a quick read. Not sure about that one still. One hoping to catch... Okay, so this could be surfer then. Right. Oh, a saga, maybe? A very long story, a long tale, perhaps? Ah, the Apollo program was started under Kennedy, so the moon mission. There we go. Okay. To lose momentum is to go... slow? It doesn't really make sense. To engage in scrambling or bouldering, that's to rock climb. Those are forms of rock climbing. So what is this? To lose momentum, to go cold? Experience euphoria. Float on air, maybe. That's metaphorically used to describe being very elated. So maybe this is to go cold. Shape of some desks. Some desks are L-shaped, kind of curve around you, or, angle around you. So then, light-sensitive cells. Oh, whoops. This is rods. It's in rods and cones in your eyes. Sorry, I think I said Apollo, but for some reason I wrote Apollo. I don't know what I was thinking there. In any case, there we go. I think we finally figured out this little corner. Bit of a tricky start for me, but we got there. Windy City Commuter's initials. This is the Windy City is Chicago, so this would be the Chicago Transit Authority. And then greenhouse is... I'm not sure offhand. Narrow landforms prevalent in Zion National Park. Narrow landform. I've never been to Zion National Park. I'm trying to think if I've seen any sort of national parks poster or something that might have this on it, but I can't think. Roughly a quarter of Girl Scout cookie sales. Thin Mints is I think that's the only Girl Scout cookie I ever really enjoyed was Thin Mints, if I were being honest. Boombox contents. Oh, TNT. So, right, you read this and you think a boombox is sort of stereo system, but no, it's something that explodes, goes boom. So TNT, the explosive. All right, Danish restaurant with best restaurant in the world accolades. Right, Noma. I've never been there, but actually I know some people who have and have heard it is indeed a pretty great experience. I thought they recently closed or announced they were closing. Maybe that hasn't happened yet. Anyway, fly away, shoo, maybe. You shoo a fly away. You yell this at a fly and they don't care at all because they don't understand what you're saying and have no interest in it. Blank Heath, U.S. women's soccer star. Tobin, maybe? I'm just trying to think of what might fit there as a name, but I'm not sure. Okay, so what are these landforms? Yeah, I'm just not sure. Greenhouse. Oh, an ATM. Oh, that's funny. That's a new one for me. Whoops, got some drilling. Sorry about that. This is an automated teller machine. So it's a house in the sense of it houses money. It houses green cash. That's pretty good. Okay, so what about this one? Lead into gender. Could be cisgender. Does that help me with this at all? It makes it honestly look stranger. Slot. It's probably just a term I don't know. I mean, I'm increasingly suspecting that's the case. Where sockets are found. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry again about the noise. Hopefully that's not persistent for the rest of the solve. High roller, question mark. Okay, let's just go back up to the acrosses and continue on. Medieval lockup. A jail? I mean, the thing is, frequently here in the UK or Ireland, jail is actually spelled this way. So my guess is that that's also a medieval thing. Just because I'm familiar with this spelling, and it seems like it might be that comedic bit. Yeah, okay. I think that might be right because a comedic bit is a gag. And a real piece of cake. Something is as easy as pie? No, didn't quite work. What about this? Flowchart. Flowchart. I'm not sure. Okay, upper bound at a bank. Upper bound at a bank. Some kind of cap, a loan cap, maybe? Could be. I'm not certain this is right, but let's check the crosses. Big metal manufacturer. This feels kind of punny, but I can't quite put my finger on how. Coruscate. Okay, coruscate for something to gleam, to be sort of, have a kind of iridescence or something. I don't know exactly how you'd phrase it, but there you go. Okay, California-based technology giant. This should be obvious, shouldn't it? Big metal. I mean, the obvious ones are Apple, Google, but I don't know. Big metal manufacturer, right? Okay. Chinese dynasty in which gunpowder was invented. Was it Tang or Ming? Tang, maybe? Flowchart. I don't know. Once again, I've got a little area that is stumping me in multiple places. Tower of London figure, a yeoman. So the yeoman warders are also often popularly referred to as beefeaters. They have those very distinctive red uniforms, and they are there at the Tower of London, and they'll give you a tour. You can go and check it out. It's pretty interesting. Okay. A real piece of cake. Well, I guess they don't give you tours for the regular Tower of London, but what you can do is you can see they have periodic sort of openings up of this ceremony of keys, which is a pretty fascinating and ancient military ceremony that takes place in the Tower of London every night. And at that, the yeoman warders will be your guides. Anyway, sorry. Landmark in Madrid, Oslo, or Brussels. Interesting. Madrid, Oslo, or Brussels. That's pretty interesting. Royal something? Never. Not once. There we go. That was Tobin. Great. Okay, so this probably is royal something, but I don't know what yet. Snicker. Maybe teehee? How do I think this is spelled? Do I think it's two E's and then the H, or do I think it's one E and then the H with two E's after? This looks a little bit more convincing to me. Although, ideally, I think I would put two E's in each position. But anyway. A real piece of cake. All something, maybe? Flow chart. Yeah, I just don't quite see what's going on with these clues. What about this down here? Sarcastic expression of gratitude. Something about help, maybe? Thanks. Oh no, this doesn't look very good. Does it with an L there? Flowchart. Where sockets are found. I don't know. Boy, I'm struggling with this puzzle, aren't I? Massive step forward, so to speak. A giant leap or something. I don't know if this is right. Oh, but this could be a map, a flow chart, map. Ocean map. Okay, there we go. Flow, water, ocean. Oh, Alcon. Alcon is a metals company. So, right? So what is, or Alcoa maybe it is. Alcoa, is that what I'm thinking of? What is this? California-based technology giant. It's probably a kind of technology that I'm just not thinking of. But, oh, whoops, I spelled ocean incorrectly. Sorry about that. So a real piece of cake, all too easy. Oh, so it is the Tang Dynasty. Okay, that's the one that I wanted it to be. So what is this? Amgen. I have to hope this is correct, and I just don't know the company. Oh, biotechnology. Sorry, I think I might not have read the bio part. Okay, well, that makes me feel better about this just because I don't know very many biotechnology companies. So it makes me feel like I shouldn't necessarily expect to know it, which I don't in this case. Okay, that's fine. So, great. We've done almost half the puzzle now. Massive step forward, so to speak. They're inclined to help beginners. They're inclined to help beginners. Something about the bunny slopes on a ski slope. Right, so they're inclined in the sense that they're literally on an incline, but a shallow incline for beginners. Okay, great. So what else can we find here? Playground retort. Right. This is a funny category of clue in the New York Times crossword. I'm not really a big fan of it, to be totally honest, but it's this funny thing where playground retort or some similar clue can be anything dealing with a kind of conjugation of the verb to be and then either the word so or the word not to indicate positive or negative. So it could be am so, am not, are to, or no, it could be to as well, it could be in there. Are to, are not, are so, depending on whether the person is speaking about themselves or a target. Anyway, it could be any of those. So here it could be R2. Actually, it being 6 letters long makes that, could be R2 or R not. Yeah, it could be either of those. Either way, actually, it's probably spelled like this. I think in 6 letters it has to be the R, because otherwise am. I'm trying to think if there are any other possibilities. No, I think that's probably it. All right. Anyway, they require inspiration. Breaths. You have to literally inspire to breathe. Yeah, but breath kind of is inspiration. So I'm not sure if I'm convinced I'm right, because I'm wondering if I'm being redundant by saying breaths require inspiration. But I think to take a breath, you have to inspire. So I think that's reasonable. Third of the peerage ranks. An earl, I guess. So what would it be? Would it be Duke? I always think of Earl being after Duke. I guess it isn't. Um, is it Marquess or something in between those? I think a Marquess is lower than Earl. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Disciplines. What about this? Reality show whose cast appeared in the music video for Taylor Swift's You Need to Calm Down. No idea. Do I know enough reality shows to guess about this? No, I'm not sure. What about this one? Did I just look at this? Oh, right, disciplines, areas. Why didn't I just put that in? Okay, there we go. Didn't go out, maybe. You ate in. You didn't go to a restaurant. If you're not as open, something isn't as open. It's shy or more shy. There we go. There we go. New Deal era organization. New Deal era organization. I mean, when I look at this, all I can think of is the NRA. So maybe the National Rifle Association was founded at that time. But I think this might be a different actual organization. I think there might have been a different NRA, and I can't think what this one is. But I think that is the answer. One way or the other, whichever of those two possibilities is correct. Some hydrating skincare products. Oh, Shea is in shea butter. People talk about that all the time. Is that possible? Reality show whose cast. Oh, no. REYH doesn't look right. Never mind. Maybe that's wrong. Okay, what about this? High roller. Something flyer? Stunt flyer. Okay, is that possible? Stunt flyer. Someone who, because they do a roll, they would do, say, a barrel roll or something in an aircraft. Right, okay, I think that's correct. Great, good. So does that help me with this? Sarcastic expression of gratitude. Oh, thanks a heap. There we go. Okay, great. So nothing to do with help at the end, only sarcastically and referring to help in a negative sense. Reality show whose cast appeared in the music video. I keep reading this as though I'm going to see something new about it. I still don't. Oh, Queer Eye. Okay, there we go. That's what it is. All right. Good. I did not know this fact, but there we have it. At least I recognize the name. So some hydrating skincare products are as in plural of serum. Okay, that's fair enough. Bringing in as a sail. It's a nautical language that I unfortunately don't seem to know off the top of my head. Reefing? I mean, I think because it says bringing in, we're probably going to want it to end with ing. So is this going to be Hanoi? Yeah, city in the Red River Delta. Yes, there we go, Hanoi. And then quantum leap? Yes, it is. Massive step forward, so to speak. And that didn't occur to me at all when I was looking at this clue before until I had, I guess the cue is what made it apparent. So here we have our narrow land for, slot canyons. Okay, right. I guess that, yeah, okay. So just a term I didn't know necessarily. Maybe I'd recognize it if I saw it just by sight. I don't know. Where sockets are found? Ah, right. Eye sockets are found in your skull. Great. Long in Hawaii. Loa? Based on its usage in place names, I suspect this is, or it is sort of in geological names, more accurately, I guess. I think this is probably right. Let's see. Blended products. Yeah, smoothies are made by being blended. So what's this landmark? Royal Spa treatment for short. TLC, tender loving care. I don't know if that's actually specific enough. Oh, Royal Palace. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty generic, pretty open-ended. I mean, you could find those in many, many more cities than those, but fair enough. Royal Palace in Madrid, Oslo, or Brussels. Great. So TLC, college in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. There's a co. Is that possibly it? Maybe? It's just sort of a vague awareness I have as opposed to confident knowledge. So let's just see if that works. It might not. Youngest White House resident since John F. Kennedy Jr. Oh, right. Okay. So not a president, but a resident. So in this case, a child of a president. So Sasha Obama. There we go. That sounds pretty reasonable based on based on my general knowledge. First name in California politics. Oh, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. So there's this funny thing that the New York Times crossword does, which is these first name clues, which mean kind of it's a rare case where they're sort of simultaneously meaning a straightforward thing and also lightly a punny thing. It's not really punny, but an idiomatic thing. So when you say first name in politics, often what you mean is not actually someone's first name, not someone's given name, but an important name. And when they say first name in, they usually actually mean both simultaneously. They do mean it is an important name. It's not just anybody. It is a big important name in this topic, but also it's their given name. It's not their surname. So Gavin rather than Newsom. And that's just a thing that happens often in the New York Times crossword. Feature of many documentary voiceover, certainly common in documentary film. Gotcha, I see. Something's decent, it's so-so. And identifiers of a sort are numbers. Bubbles in a drink could be boba, the tapioca pearls in boba tea and milk tea. Inclination, if you have an inclination towards something, you have a bent towards it. Something unchanged is as is. Some nectar sources are agaves. There we go, agave nectar. And like the mocha coffee bean is Yemeni. There we go. And then if something really hurts, it smarts. Shouts of joy could be yays. Exemplary individual is a gem. And there we go. All right, brought that in just under 20 minutes, including a couple of digressions. But there we have it, a tricky puzzle for me, as it turned out. I got stuck in a few different parts of this grid, actually. So, yeah, I had to really push my way through this chunk of the grid, and then again, I think again down here. But yeah, just some things I did not know. Amgen, I don't recognize. Alcoa, kind of vaguely aware of as a metals manufacturer, but yeah, don't commonly encounter it. And it's funny that we have two different company names crossing one another. It's sort of unusual to get that kind of specific proper noun reference, especially sharing a topic crossing one another. But there we have it. And then Tang, another proper noun there. Yeah, well, there we go. A sort of, not as punny as some Friday crosswords go, but I would say trickier in terms of specific knowledge, at least for me. And, these things are very context dependent. So let me know how you fared with this puzzle in the Discord server or the comments. Always curious. And that's that. As I say, I'm limited on time today, so I do have to take off. But I'll be back tomorrow for the Saturday crossword, which will be another themeless crossword, possibly trickier than this one. We'll just have to find out. Let's see tomorrow. Join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.